What's up? My name is Devin. I also go by Infinite or Pop by Infinite. Today we're gonna be breaking down the beat behind "I Ain't Gon Lie" by Suede. You know what I mean? So I did the melody, Vues did the drum, and we're gonna be breaking down our own respective parts. Let's get into it. So if y'all don't know, Suede dropped "I Ain't Gon Lie" last night, and it was produced by me and Vues. And I thought it would be pretty cool to break it down and show y'all how we did it, because I thought it was pretty unique and it was really cool. And also, just like a lot of people on Instagram hit me. Also, if you don't follow me on Instagram, follow me right now. I dare you. Follow me right now, bro. I dare you. That's so out of character for me, bro. So we're in FL Studio now. Let's talk about the melody real quick. So as you can see, this is a normal chord progression that I use for West Coast beats, and I've used it a lot. Basically, you just make this little chord right here, and then you kind of like bring it over and pitch it down by 7 or 5, just depending on what scale you're in and everything like that, what notes you're using. And then you take this and then you pitch it over, and then you like pitch it up an octave, and that's how you get that whole chord progression and everything like that. I've used it a bunch of times. But since I did use it a bunch of times, I was like, how can I make this different and more unique? Because at the time of making this melody, I felt like a lot of my loops were getting real stale. So what I did was I just made like the regular melody how I would normally make it, and then I went back into everything and I just changed out all the sounds so I had more interesting sound selection. So here's what the chords sound like by themselves. So this is the Brown preset in Analog Lab 5 and the Loophole Bank. And then for the effects, I don't think I have anything on. Yeah, no effects. That's literally how it sounds. You know what I mean? Which is really interesting that I use this one, because I know that like a lot of other producers use the Brown preset for like R&B. So it was really cool that I took that sound that people normally use for R&B and then made it into like some West Coast stuff. So normally with this chord progression, I would just go into like a regular piano, and I would just use that preset. So something like this. Which sounds good. That sounds great. Like I would normally use that, and that's why I've done it so many times. But since I just felt like everything was stale and I wanted to switch things up, I used that little tactic that I was showing y'all, where I would just go through, spent like cool 10 minutes just going through different presets, and then I landed on the Brown one. And then I was like, oh, this is tight, and like it's different too. And the next sound that we got are these bells right here. In Analog Lab again, the Crocodile Swamp. You know what I mean? And then with the effects, we got this right here, Valhalla Supermassive, for some delay. And then just EQ, take out a lot of the lows, boost up the highs a little bit. I don't know why I did it with 2 different EQs. That easily could have been done with 1. But you know what I mean? Sometimes when you're producing, then you do weird stuff. You feel me? So here's what the bells sound like by themselves. All right, so as you can see, this is just one normal like melody right here, but it's just copied over to fit the chord progression that I originally just showed y'all. So it's just the same thing, where it's just like, boom, you make one melody, you copy it over, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you pitch it down, and then you take that whole thing, you pitch it over, and then you take that last one. And when you take that last one, then you just pitch it up. That's all it is. Then next, I got these vocals from Arcade. Here's what they sound like. I mean, nothing crazy. It's really there just to kind of like set the mood, add texture, ambience, and everything like that. Here are the effects. We've went over this a whole bunch of times, so if y'all need it, copy it. It's completely okay. I got it from another YouTube producer, so y'all can take it from me. And then here's the bank that I got it from. Boom, boom, boom. Crave. Up and Hooked. And then on top of that stuff, I got these strings right here from SRX Strings. Here's the preset. This is just the regular default one, the Epic Strings. And then no effects on it. I mostly didn't do any effects on it because I turned it down in the mix a lot, and I just used it as like layering. So since it wasn't something that was completely like standing out, I didn't feel the need to put like a whole bunch of different effects on it. You know what I mean? Since it's just like a layer, it can really sit there with like no effects. And then last thing, this is like one of my most favorite parts of the melody. Like the chords and this sound right here is what I think took everything to the top. So this is the Scooby-Doo preset in Analog Lab, and it's like really, really weird. You know what I mean? But it's like cool at the same time. So all I did for the effects was put on Supermassive, the Make Everything Better preset. It's just a 1/4 delay. You know what I mean? Nothing crazy. You can do that with Fruity Delay too. You know what I mean? And this is what it sounds like by itself. You know what I mean? Like, it was just super cool and super weird. And since I was sitting here trying to be like, oh, I want to make some different melodies, you know what I mean? I'm done joking. All right, we're just going to get back to the tutorial. Uh, but yeah, I was just like, hey, I want some weird stuff because I feel like my melodies are getting stale. So this was just right up my alley. And it kind of went into the theme of like the chords too, where it's like this weird, dark, like suspicious kind of feeling, almost alien like type stuff. You feel me? So if you listen to them by themselves, like together, they just match up really, really well. I mean, it's like match made in heaven, bro. Like it's like chocolate and peanut butter. This is like peanut butter and jelly. This is like Billy and Mandy. I don't know. It's just like they go together, bro. So with that being said, we gonna pass it over to Gray Vues, and he's gonna show y'all how we did the drums.
Yo, what's good? My name is Gray Vues, and today I will be showing you how I did the drums for Suede's song, I Ain't Gon Lie. First things first, Infinite sent me this loop. And then what I did first is I just felt like I needed something ambient to start off with, so I added this snap. And that just plays in the intro and then after the hook. Intro, and I guess I forgot it there, but it works out. Next thing I added was the hi-hats. I like to add lower notes with my hi-hats because it adds texture, and I feel like it kind of fills the drums up without having to add many perks. So I think the second thing I added after that was this triangle. Back then I liked using the triangles a lot because I felt like it was kind of something that was exclusive to me. And then my friend Will told me to stop using it, so then I did. And then next thing I added was this 808, which just follows the root notes of the loop. Open hat, just to kind of follow up with this riser. So they kind of go together. Sounds a little weird, but it works when everything's playing together. And then last thing I added was this perk, just because I felt like I needed one more thing. It's like a different type of perk, but it's cool, it works. So altogether, everything sounds like this.
Hey, go ahead, Infinite. I miss you, girl.
yeah, that's pretty much it. That's how I did the drums for Suede's song, I Ain't Gon Lie.
All right, and then with that being said, that's going to conclude the video. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you everybody for helping me hit 7.5 subscribers. Like, I'm just so grateful for y'all, man. So thank you very much. Let me know what type of tutorial you want to see next. I've just been doing a lot of stuff that I think people want to see, but if y'all have like actual requests, like put them down in the comments, but I take them all into consideration. And then if someone says one that I think is really gonna work, then I'm totally down to do it. All right, peace out.